So in the last segment, I asked if there was any salvageable situation, if there was a possibility that Prince Harry would turn a new leaf, Prince Harry would become a better person, that Prince Harry would make peace with his family. Well, this is what Nigel Farage has to say. Nigel Farage says that Prince Harry won't get the peace he so requires until he stops tarnishing the image of his family. He won't get the peace and the closure he is looking for until he stops being, talking about his family in such a horrible manner. He's not going to get the peace he is looking for until he stops ruining the image that the monarchy has worked so hard over the years to make. He's not going to get the peace he is looking for until he stops pointing accusing fingers at others for every little thing that goes wrong in his life. These and more were Nigel Farage's words. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, we all know that Prince Harry, beginning from his wife's podcast series Archetypes down to the current book that has been released. Oh, no, well, let me list them for you one after the other. From his wife's podcast series, The Archetypes, she went there on the talking spree. Yeah, I call it a talking spree in my own words because I don't know what other term or terminologies to use for it. She went there complaining of how, she was objectified, how she was called certain names, and how those names shouldn't be used for, women in the society and blah, blah, blah. She left Archetypes, did a 6-part docu-series with her husband. Oh no, and before she did a 6-part docu-series, she went on the Oprah Winfrey Show and did an interview where she insinuated that a certain member of the royal family spoke against, or rather spoke concerning her son's color, her son Archie, and their daughter Lilibeth. Well, it's been proven that neither Archie nor Lilibeth are black. Yeah, their mother is mixed race, and their father is the prince of the prince of Britain, and currently the Duke of Sussex. And therefore, well, they have their father's ginger-colored hair and their father's white skin color. So yes, the claims for what her son would look like might have been a comment that was made in jest, but was taken and misinterpreted wrongly. And let's not forget, after the Oprah Winfrey Show, they went on the 6-part docu-series where they kept talking and talking and talking and complaining about how they were treated, how they've been treated, how people in the royal family treat them. And they kept emphasizing on color. Yeah, shocking, right? They kept emphasizing on racism. They kept emphasizing on hate speech. They kept emphasizing on, how they were treated poorly and why they had to leave because they were treated poorly and they were being hounded by members of the mass media. And while saying all this, they did the 6-part docu-series where they practically dragged the royal family name through the mud. And then after that, they came forward again and Harry wrote a book, or rather was in the process of writing a book. And while Harry was in the process of writing the book, Meghan Markle, for whatever reason, had the brilliant knowledge to also write a book just like her husband Harry. And then she went ahead and wrote a book. Or rather, is currently writing a book. As for what its content is, nobody knows. As for what is contained in the book, still nobody knows. But yet we are waiting for the book's release. Remember, the king's coronation is in May, a few months away. And now, the book that Prince Harry wrote, the memoir, Spare, has been released. And with its release, it has sparked so many reactions. Several reactions that people are left wondering. Let's not forget that his popularity series, or rather, his popularity dropped from, the Invictus Games, his time in the war front in Afghanistan, his time as a pilot, all that period up till now. But nobody seems to want to remember Prince Harry for the good he did. Everybody seems to have, something bad to say about him. His popularity has not just dropped, but his credibility has also dropped. And his credibility has not just dropped, but people's hatred for him, people's anger towards him is or are increasing by the day. And he doesn't seem to care. I mean, he had such lovely impression, deep impression on people during the Invictus Games and during the time where he served in the Afghanistan war. And right now, people just don't really care about his existence anymore. People do not even want to know about his existence anymore. The things released in the docu-series are mouth dropping, like they are jaw-dropping. And as much as people say it is the non-fiction, the best-selling non-fiction book currently, is it really the best-selling non-fiction book? Because in my opinion, that book was written in the best fictitious way ever. Yeah. He wrote it as if he was writing a novel for entertainment purposes. And this is the royal family we are talking about. He went on and on and on and on about his brother. He went on talking about his brother's wife, Kate Middleton. And we all know that Kate Middleton has so far been proven as someone who is lovable, of lovable character and of lovable qualities and of lovable characteristics. And how Meghan Markle has been the one who's been the bully in all this. But even at that, it seems like this is not enough for them. They still want to go more. They still want to speak more. And so Nigel Farage has said that they should be stripped of all royal titles. All. And they should be sacked. Like, totally sacked. Let them have nothing to do with the royalty. Let them have nothing to do with the monarchy. That's as good as saying they should be disowned as well, practically. So that he no longer has anything against the monarchy. Because now people are even scared, in Nigel Farage's word, people are even scared of talking to him, of inviting him to anything, of inviting him to, royalty, parties, to charities, because you don't know what you might say or what you will say to them that for them would be taken as an insult or as a racist comment or as a hate speech, because they are quick to take offense with what people say to them, but they forget to reflect on themselves, and they forget to, deeply consider what they are going to say before they actually do say it. Remember that in the book, it was mentioned that Meghan Markle called Kate Middleton baby brains. Now, if someone were to be the one to call Meghan Markle someone with baby brains, I'm sure we would have not heard the end of it. And she had the nerve to cry. She had the nerve to complain, saying that she was going through a crisis with her dad at that point, and therefore didn't need to be called rude. Does the fact that you had a crisis that you were dealing with excuse you from calling someone baby brains? Well, in my opinion, it doesn't. People are not your trash bags. People are not trash cans for your emotions. People should not be your punch bags for your words or for your actions or for your emotions. If you're going through something, the good thing to do as an adult and as an individual is deal with it properly. Is deal with it the way adults do. Is deal with it the way individuals do. Not go crying and lamenting and, being all suicidal when you know you were a mother carrying a baby. In my opinion, that's an emotional blackmail. But clearly, Prince Harry has refused to see it that way. He sees it as, oh, my wife was under so much severe psychological and emotional trauma that she's going through what she's going through and blah, blah, blah. Seriously. Anyway, this is what Nigel Farage had to say, and I couldn't agree more. So please, what do you think? Do you think that Prince Harry is just a love lust, man? Or do you think he's just a love lust, puppy? Sorry to use the word puppy, but there's this thing called puppy love. Could it be that that's what's going on with Prince Harry right now? Well, I would really love to know your thoughts. And if you have any questions, please don't forget to leave them in the comment section. Until I come your way again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.